In this video, we're going to be solving the NCEA 219 Maths Level 1 Mathematics and Statistics 2019. Now, do ensure you hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you can get more videos from us. Now, you notice the question request you do not use any calculator while solving this question. So we are going to proceed and start solving the questions. Now, question A says, what is the value of 2x raised to the power 4 minus 3x plus 5 when x is equal to minus 2? Okay, one of the things you need to note is all workings has to be shown so you can get the full maximum mark. Now, in order to solve this question, the first thing you need to do is you need to substitute x in the equation above. So our equation says 2x raised to the power 4 minus 3x plus 5. So we are trying to get the value when we put x at minus 2. So this is going to be 2 all multiplied by minus 2 all raised to the power 4 minus 3 times x is going to be minus 2 here plus 5. Okay, now, one thing you need to understand is we are trying to do minus 2 all raised to the power 4. So this is the same thing as minus 2 times minus 2 times minus 2 times minus 2. Okay, so you know that the minus times minus is going to give us plus, and minus times minus is going to give us plus. So we all have 2 raised to the power 4, and that will give us what? 16. So this is going to be 2 into 16 minus 3 times minus 2 is going to give us plus. This will be 6, and then we have a plus 5. So 2 times 16 is going to give us, this will be 32 plus 6 plus 5. So 32 plus 6 is going to give us, that will be 38. 38 plus 5 is going to give us 43. So our final answer is going to be 43. The second question says we should solve the equation 10x squared minus 27x minus 9 is equal to 0. Now, you can recall this is a quadratic equation because the x is being raised to a power of 2, so it's a quadratic equation. Now, there are two ways we are going to be approaching this question. We are going to use either the formula method or by factor. So, if you need to use the factorization method, so let's use step 1, that's the factorization method. So in order to get the factors, the first thing you need to do is you're going to call 10x squared. Okay, 10x squared is called the first term. Minus 27x is called the second term. Now, minus 9 is going to be called the third term. Okay, so now in trying to get your factors, when using the factorization method, in order to get your factors, you need to identify what we call the sum and the product. So your sum is supposed to be your second term, which is the same thing as minus 27x. Your product, it's going to be your first term multiplied by your third term. Now this is going to give us 10x squared multiplied by minus 9, and that's going to give us minus 90x squared. So in order to check, we're going to be looking for the factors of 90 that when we add them, it's going to give us the sum, and when we multiply them, it's going to give us what? 90. So factors of 90, the factors of 90 are going to be 1, we can get 2, we can get 3, 4 can go, 5, 6, we can get 9, we can get 10, no, 12 can go, we can get 15, 20, it's not a factor. Can we get 18? Yes, 18 is a factor because 18 multiplied by 5 is going to give us 90. What other number can go? So, 30 is a factor. We can get 30 as a factor. And we can get 45, then we can get 90. Okay, so now we know the factors of 90. Now, I'm going to choose 3 and 30. Now, notice, when you do 30 minus 3, you're going to get your 27, and you do 3 times 30, you're going to get 90x. Now, the next thing I need to bother myself with is the polarity sign. So, we are going to choose we're going to be choosing plus 3x and minus 30x. Now, when you multiply plus 3x times minus 30x, you're going to get minus 90x squared. When you do plus 3x minus 30x, that's when you sum it up. This is plus minus 90x. You're going to get minus 27x. Now, you can comfortably see that instead of writing our equation as 10x squared minus 27x minus 9x is equal to 0, you can now write it as 10x squared. We can now put, we can decide to write it as minus 30x plus 3x. Now, notice minus 30 plus 3x is going to give us what? Minus 27x. So, we're going to put minus 9 is equal to 0. From here, we can now factorize. 10 can be factorized from here, 10x. So, we're going to have x remaining minus 3. So, bring our plus and put our 3. So, you're going to have the same thing here. This will be x minus 3. Now, notice if you expand this bracket, you're going to get back this equation. Okay, from here, you can now have 10x plus 3. Notice x minus 3 appeared twice, so we're going to be taking 1. So this is equal to 0. Now, this is going to be 10x plus 3 equal to 0, or x minus 3 equal to 0. So this is going to be 10x is equal to minus 3, and x is going to give us minus 3 over 10. Or you have x equal to 3. So this is going to be either, you can say it's minus 0.3 or 3. So this is our final answer. Now, if you are supposed to use the formula method, now, if you want to use the formula method, if you know the formula, ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Now this can give you minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Okay, so in order to solve this, all we need to do here is we're going to say our a, comparing this equation with this. Now, when you compare these two equations, you're going to get our a to be 10, our b is going to be minus 27, and our c is going to be minus 9. So from here, in order to solve this question, we are going to be representing the parameters into this formula. So it's going to be minus 27, or plus minus square root of, this is going to be minus 27 all square, minus 4 times our a is 10, and our c is going to be minus 9 all over. Now it says 2a, and that is going to be 2 times 10. So minus times minus is going to give us 27. So this is going to be 27 plus or minus. We're going to have square root of, now minus 27 all square. It's going to give us 27 squared is 729, and minus times minus is positive. So we're going to have 729. So this is going to be minus times 4 times 10 times minus 9. First of all, if we have a minus times minus, it's going to give us plus. 4 times 10 is 40 times 9, and that's going to give us 360. So this is going to be 360 all divided by 20. So this is further going to be 27 or plus or minus. Now 729 plus 360. So we're going to have 729 plus 360. It's going to give us this is going to be 9. This is going to be 8. And this is going to be 1089. So this is going to be square root of 1089 all over 20. Okay, so from here, this is going to be equal to 27 plus or minus square root of 1089 is going to give us 33 over 20. So we are going to test the two conditions. The first one says 27 plus 33 all divided by 20. So this is the same thing as 60 over 20, and that's going to give us 3. Or we can also test 27 minus 33 all over 20. Now this is going to give us the same thing as this is going to be 6 over 20. Now, reducing 6 over 20, you're still going to get 3 over 10. So this is going to be minus 6. So this is going to be minus 3 over 10, which is the same thing as minus 0.3. So our final answer, x is going to be either minus 0.3 or 3. So that's our final answer. So as easy as it is, you can decide to choose any of the method to solve the question above. The next question says, the next question says we should find the value of x if 36 times 6 raised to the power 2x plus 6 is equal to 6x square, x raised to the power 2. Now, the most important thing you need to identify in this question is everything has to do with 6. So try as much as possible to ensure you raise any number to the power of 6. So 36 is the same thing as 6 raised to the power 2. So this is going to be 6 raised to the power 2 times 6 raised to the power 2x plus 6, which is equal to 6 raised to the power x or raised to the power 2. Now from your indices, you know that a raised to the power m times a raised to the power n is going to be a raised to the power m plus n. So here we're going to do, this is going to be 6 raised to the power 2 plus 2x plus 6, which is equal to 6 raised to the power x squared. Now we have our base equal. So now we have our base equal, we can now write the index. So this means if this is equal to this, you can now have 2, therefore 2 plus 2x plus 6 is going to be equal to what? X squared. Now this is going to be 2x plus 8 is equal to what? X squared. So from here, you can get a quadratic equation which now says x squared minus 2x plus 8 is equal to 0. So we are going to be solving this using the factorization method. You can decide to use the formula method or whichever method is comfortable for you. So solving this quadratic equation, so we're going to have what factors of the product is supposed to be 8x squared and the sum is supposed to be minus 2x. So we're going to look for factors of 8. Factors of 8 going to be 1, 2, then 4 and 8. So we're going to use 2 and 4. So we're going to use x squared minus 2x plus 2x minus 4x plus 8. Because when you check 2x minus 4x is going to give us minus 2x. So we are correct. So from here, I'm going to factorize x out. I'm going to have x plus 2, then minus 2. Bringing it out, I'm going to have, minus 4. I'm going to still have x plus 2 equal to 0. So we have x minus 4 and we'll still have x plus 2 equal to 0. So from here, you can say x minus 4 is equal to 0 or x plus 2 is equal to 0. So you can easily say x is equal to 4 or x will be minus 2. So that is the solution to this question. Now the big question. The question says the plan of a rectangular garden is shown in the diagram below. So this is a rectangular diagram. So take your time, go through it. Now question I says if the perimeter of the lawn is 290 meters, then find the value of x. Note the lawn does not include the shaded garage or flowers. Now, what do you understand by the word perimeter? When trying to solve perimeter of any shape, all you are being asked to do is add the sides. Any side that is part of the shape can be added. The length should be added. Now, notice that the question said that the garage and the flowers are not part of the lawn. That's the shaded region. So that means the true lawn we are discussing about, it's going to be something like this. So we're cutting off the garage. This is the garage part, so it has been cut off. So now we're going to have something that looks exactly like this. Okay, so this is what our shape looks like. Now, the thing about this is, if you recall, from the diagram that is being shown, the length here, it's 8x plus 3, but here we don't have 8x plus 3. So that means for us to get this full length, we're going to be doing 8x plus 3. We're going to be saying it's going to be something like 8x plus 3, we'll not subtract, minus 3x minus 2. But if we decide to follow this procedure, probably we might need to solve a whole lot of questions and we will be making several errors, and that we don't want. Okay, so I'm going to clean this off, then I'm going to show you a better way we are going to approach this question. So I'm going to be cleaning this off. Now, what I want you to observe from this diagram, notice this length here, the length here is the same thing as the length here. So I'm going to draw a dotted line. Now notice the length here also is the same thing as the length here. Same thing applies to this part. This length here is the same thing as the length here, and also the length here is also the same thing as the length here. So that means we can also find the perimeter, and we can say from here to here it's supposed to be what? 8x plus 3, and from here to here it's supposed to be 6x plus 2. So that means we can comfortably solve our question without having an issue. So we can just go ahead and solve it. And also you need to know that since this is a rectangle, 8x plus 3 is going to repeat itself here, and this side is going to be what? 6x plus 2. So it's better using this approach to solve the question rather than trying to subtract and get the other length. So what do? If you recall, in order to get the formula for finding the perimeter of a rectangle, perimeter is going to be 2 times the length plus the breadth. Okay, so because the length plus the breadth are repeating themselves, so we're going to add this side plus this side plus this side plus this side. So length plus breadth, and that is going to give us 2 times the length plus the breadth. So this is going to be equal to, now recall the question says if the perimeter is 290, so if this is 290, so we're going to do 2 times our length, it's going to be 8x plus 3, and our breadth is going to be 6x plus 2. So this is going to be 290, it's going to be equal to 2 times. Now let's collect like terms. 8x plus 6x is going to give us 14x, while 3 plus 2 is going to give us 5. From here, we're going to say 290 is going to be equal to 2 times 14x is going to give us 28x plus 2 times 5 is going to give us 10. So from this point, we're going to be collecting like terms. So this is plus 10. Coming over this side, it's going to be 290 minus 10, which will be equal to 28x. So this is going to be 290 minus 10 is going to give us, that will be 280 is going to be equal to 28x. So therefore, our x is going to be 280 divided by 28. Now this is going to give you 10. So that means our x, it's going to be 10 meters. Now the grand finale question in this number, it says if L is equal to x squared plus x plus 1, find an expression for the area of the lawn in terms of L. Now recall that the lawn does not contain the shaded point, which is the garage, and the flowers. Now, if this is the full rectangle, in order to get the area of the lawn, we're going to say area of rectangle subtract area of garage, and we'll also subtract the area of the flowers. So knowing that the area of rectangle, it's going to be what? Length times width. So in this question, we are going to perform the areas of the rectangle, the area of the garage, and the area of flowers. So the area of big rectangle, the area of rectangle, which is the big rectangle, being specific, it's going to be, this is going to be length times width, which is going to be 8x plus 3 multiplied by 6x plus 2, if I am correct. Okay, that's it. So this is going to be 6x plus 2. So this is going to give us now you use this to multiply this, and you use this to multiply this. So this is going to be 8x times 6x. That's going to give us 48x squared. 8x times 2, it's going to give us 16x. 3 times 6x, you use 3 to multiply this, and you use 3 to multiply this. So 3 times 6x is going to give us 18x, and you have 3 times 2, and that's going to give us 6. So this is going to give us 48x squared plus 16x plus 18x is going to give us 34x plus 6. So now let's get the area of the garage. Okay, so the area of the garage is still the same thing as length times width, and that's going to give us, so our garage is going to be 2x plus 1 times 3x minus 2. So this is going to be 2x plus 1 times 3x minus 2. So same thing applies. 2x times 3x is going to give us 6x squared. 2x times minus 2 is going to give us minus 4x. That we multiply this, and we also multiply that. So now we use 1 to multiply this, and we also use 1 to multiply this. So plus 1 times 3x is going to give us plus 3x, and we have plus 1 times minus 2 to give us minus 2. So this is going to give us 6x squared minus 4x plus 3x is going to give us negative x minus 2. Now the final area we are going to be computing is going to be the area of flowers. Now remember, they are all rectangles, so we're still going to do the length times the width. Now the area of flowers is going to be 2x minus 5 multiplied by x. So this is going to be 2x minus 5 multiplied by x. So 2x times x is going to give us 2x squared, and 5 times x minus is going to give us minus 5x. Now the next thing we are going to do is now do the area of rectangle minus the area of garage, subtract the area of flower. So this is going to be 48. That we are going to be applying the formula we had here. So this formula is going to apply here. So this is going to be 48x squared plus 34x plus 6, subtract the area of garage, which is the same thing as 6x squared minus x minus 2. Then we also subtract the area of flowers, which is going to be 2x squared minus 5x. So we are going to solve this equation so we can be able to, from here we can get our answer. So this is going to be 48x squared plus 34x plus 6. Now the next thing you need to do is open the bracket. So this is going to be minus 6x. Okay, now this is going to be minus times minus, this will be plus x. Minus times minus 2 is going to give us plus 2, and this is going to be minus 2x squared plus 5x. Okay, so at this point, the next thing you need to do is collect your like terms. So 48x squared minus 6x squared is going to give us 42x squared, minus 2x squared is going to give us 40x squared. Now let's work on the coefficient of x. That's 34x plus x is going to give us 35x plus 5x is going to give us 40x. Okay, then you have your 6 plus 2. We only have two numbers, so that is going to be plus 8. But from the question said L it said assume that L is x squared plus x plus, if I'm not mistaken, let's look at it again, x squared plus x plus 1. And we should find it in terms of L. So it says x squared plus x plus 1. Okay, so from here, so how do we make this? We're saying a uniformity here, that's 40. How do we make this all 40? So we can get this expression. So from here, we are going to do 40x squared plus 40x. Now, how do we bring in 40 into this equation? Now, what subtract what is going to give you 40? That's 40 minus 32. It's going to give you what? 8. So I think we can change, instead of writing 8, we can now put plus 40 minus 32. Now from here, notice 40 is common in all this place. So you can now say 40 into x squared plus x plus 1 minus 30. Now recall, the question says we should find the area in terms of L. So this is going to be, the area is going to be 40. Now remember that your L is date. So this is 40L minus 32. So as complex as it is, if you understand how to work with your algebra, this question is going to be a serious bonus mark for you. Notice we had to follow everything diligently. First of all, we looked for the area of the big rectangle. We found the area of the flower garden, and we also found the area of the garage, and we did the area of the rectangle minus the area of the garage, and also minus area of the flowers. So if you think you understand this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, don't forget to share it with your friends, don't forget to like, and if you have any question for us, please do hit the comment section and drop your question. We are a button away from you. Thank you, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Stay tuned as we release more videos.